We will today talk something about Jammu and Kashmir, which has always remained a hot topic in our country. It acquires a special status. Geographically also, it is like a Taj on the head of our country. It is known for its scenic beauty, which is no lesser than Switzerland. Himalayan mountain range works as a natural barrier between India and China on one hand and with Pakistan on the other side. Right from the inception, it has remained an epicenter of national and international controversy. A big portion of Kashmir is still occupied by Pakistan, called POK, that is Pakistan Occupied Kashmir, which is of Gilgit area. Both China and Pakistan are making a direct link and corridor in the region, leading to the conflicting interests of India. Let us go back to some history. In 1947, when partition took place, Pakistan Army attacked and entered Kashmir and took control of it. At that time, King of Kashmir, Maharaja Hari Singh, took assistance from Indian government, and by way of an agreement dated 26th of October 1947, which is called Instrument of Accession, the Kashmir became integral part of India with a special status. Indian forces were then sent to the area, but still it could not remove Pakistan Army from some portions which is now called Pakistan Occupied Kashmir. India then went to United Nations. United Nations declared the Kashmir to be a disputed area. It directed to decide control over the region by way of a plebiscite, that is voting by the people of Jammu and Kashmir, but with a condition that such a plebiscite would take place after the removal of army of both the countries from the region. Such eventuality never took place. It is thereafter that Article 370 and Article 35 capital A were inserted into the Constitution of India so as to make Jammu and Kashmir people feel safe and secure, and to cover a situation even if a plebiscite take place. Sheikh Abdullah at that time emerged as a popular leader in the region, and he was firstly the president of All India Jammu and Kashmir Muslim Conference, which party name changed thereafter to National Conference. Now, as per Article 370, the Parliament of India has got limited and restricted power to make laws in Jammu and Kashmir. It is restricted to those matters which are covered in the Instrument of Accession, that is the defense matters, communication and external affairs. On all other matters, law would be applicable only after the approval of Jammu and Kashmir State Assembly. Now that there is a special provision under Article 370 subclause 3 which talks about the abrogation of 370 only after the approval of Jammu and Kashmir Constituent Assembly. However, such a Constituent Assembly has dissolved in 1957. Therefore, approval by Constituent Assembly of Jammu and Kashmir do not arise now, and abrogation by the Parliament itself is a subject matter of legal battle before the Supreme Court. Under Article 35 capital A of the Constitution, the people of Jammu and Kashmir who are permanent residents, they have right of ownership of land and right of employment in the state. With these provisions, let us understand that Jammu and Kashmir state has now its own constitution, its own flag. The people living there have dual citizenship of Jammu and Kashmir as well as India. Their state assembly is elected for 6 years and not for 5 years as in other states. Only permanent residents are entitled to vote for Jammu and Kashmir assembly, and financial emergency by Indian Parliament cannot be promulgated in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. Now let us come to the recent act of nullification of Article 370 which took place on 5th of August 2019. It bifurcated Jammu and Kashmir in two union territories, Jammu and Kashmir with legislative assembly and Ladakh without legislative assembly. Ladakh covers Kargil area where BJP is still allying with National Conference. All this has been done with a view to give blow to terrorism and help in the development of the area. A day before, when the central government made an announcement with respect to the abrogation of Article 370 and revoking the special status of Jammu and Kashmir, there was a heavy deployment of army into the region. The local political parties of the state, barring BJP, sensing some activity going to take place, met at the residence of Farooq Abdullah situated in Srinagar at Gupkar Road and made a declaration in defense of Article 370, which is called as Gupkar Declaration. These leaders were thereafter put into house arrest as a preventive detention. 1 year after, these political leaders met again when there was announcement of local body elections. These were 7 political parties which are otherwise opposite to each others. They made an alliance against BJP and named it as People Alliance for Gupkar Declaration, PAGD. Farooq Abdullah was made its chairman and Mehbooba Mufti was made its vice chairman. BJP immediately called it as Gupkar Gang. All these political parties then started demanding a restoration of Article 370. They then collectively contested election against BJP for District Development Council. There are 20 districts with 14 seats in each district, thus the total seats were 280. The local political parties got 110 seats whereas BJP got 75 seats. This is considered by these political parties as their win and people referendum against BJP. But BJP interpreted it differently by saying that it is still the largest winning political party in these elections. Interestingly, in Ladakh, BJP is still allying with National Conference. China and Pakistan both are supporting Jammu and Kashmir parties against the abrogation of Article 370. These local political leaders have gone even to declare that they will not hoist national flag in the region unless the special status is restored. They have forgotten that they are taking all benefits from India and they are still under its control. They are using Indian currency, Indian internet, Indian roads, Indian railways, Indian army, etc. How they can have an existence independent that of India? What do you think about the situation under the given scenario? Do comment. On the other hand, people of Pakistan occupied Kashmir are also protesting against Pakistan and seeking Indian help there for their savior. For how much more time such a controversy will keep lingering, we fail to understand. Already 75 years more has passed. Better sense should prevail on these political people who are working against the interest of their own countrymen. Do give your suggestions and comment. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.